This is not a test. This is rock and roll.
I wake up every morning in a bed that's too small, drive my daughter to a school that's too expensive, and then I go to work to a job for which I get paid too little.
Oh, this is gonna be fun. We can stay up late, swapping manly stories, and in the morning, I'm making waffles.
You're waking up with the Morning App on 90.5 WASU.
90.5 WASU. It's 8 o'clock. It is Wednesday morning, so you know what time it is. It is time for the Morning App. I'm Howie C. here with Kristen, Josh, and Taylor Ann. How's everybody doing on this lovely Wednesday morning?
Wonderful. I think it's a very special day today.
It is.
It is.
It is Kristen's birthday, for those of you who don't know.
Yes. How old is she today?
55.
55.
62.
Wow. No, but today's the one day of the year where it's acceptable to eat cake for breakfast, and I did, thanks to Howie and Josh. They bought me a cookie cake.
Yes, we got, actually Josh was the main person for this idea to get the cake for you. So we actually called in Harris Teeter during the day. We were like, hey, we need a cake. And Josh comes to me, he's like, hey, they wanted like different font. They wanted this color font. And I was like, I don't know, man. This is too much for me.
Cake is cake. I appreciate it either way.
The double lettering of the icing there was definitely a nice touch that they sold me on, okay? Cost a pretty penny, but you know what?
Yeah.
Totally
we were debating like baby blue or pink, and then she's like, we could just double up on it. I was like, ooh, Josh, do it.
Fancy over there.
Cake is cake. But thank you guys. Thank you. It's especially lovely today.
Especially lovely.
Last week, we're dunking her stuff in Jell-O. This week, we get her a cake.
I know, last week she wanted to kill you. This week she loves you.
What am I supposed to do? Guys, you guys are the reasons I'm crazy. Like, I can blame you, right?
Yeah, you can. And then look what happened. We got you a cake, so now you're feeling better today.
Well, happy birthday, Kristen. But we're going to jump right into a pretty interesting story, I think. Dick's Sporting Goods, which we all know, I grew up near one and always went there, probably over, they have Academy Sports and Outdoors as well, but Dick's Sporting Goods has always been, the main one for me. And they are, earlier this year, after the Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School shooting, they decided to take all their assault rifles and, guns off the shelves, and they also prohibited the selling of them to people below 21 years old. Now they've decided that they're actually going to destroy all those guns and accessories that they stopped selling earlier this year, and instead of giving them back to the manufacturer. They don't want anyone to have them anymore. They're just going to just completely destroy them, which I think is fantastic. I think that's a great idea. I know some other stores as well have taken them off the shelves, but I think this is a great idea. Don't give them back to manufacturers. No one should have these guns in their hands.
They should donate it to, like, the Army or something.
Well, they already have their guns because the government provides their guns that they need.
They're probably a lot different,
more,
too.
They're higher powered.
Yeah.
So I don't think the military would be like the best thing for it, but I don't know. I guess that's a good solution because if you're taking these guns off the shelves, like, what are they doing? They're just sitting there and nobody's buying them. They're just sitting in a warehouse. So,
and if you give them back to the manufacturer, then other people can still buy them anyway. Like, yeah, sure, you're not selling them, but someone else is going to get a hold of them anyway.
That's true.
How do you destroy a gun? Because normally if you destroy something, it's with the gun.
Imagine they blow it up with, like, dynamite or something. That would be awesome.
How do you get your hands on dynamite?
They're Dick's Sporting Goods. They got it all.
Amazon?
Black market.
Hey, man, I'm just going to buy some dynamite real quick on Amazon. Get it prime ship.
That's their after party. At the end, their end of the year party for all their employees.
It's like the Christmas tree bonfire.
But
so
that's pretty cool.
is this just because they're stating, like, their views on gun control?
Yeah. Because they've completely changed their views on it. Because before they were selling, guns at Dick's Sporting Goods, but after the shooting, they said, you know what, we're not going to even sell them anymore. Because at first they put it down to 21, correct, and then they said, you know what, we're going to just stop selling them completely, and now we're getting rid of them just by blowing them up. So
I can understand taking them off the shelf and having your stance, but I think not giving them to people who could use them and just destroying them is a waste.
Well, I don't know who could use them. I mean, who?
Well, people hunt, so.
Yeah, I still don't know.
I think that people can use guns to protect themselves personally. So,
but the whole reason they're taking them off the shelves in the first place is so we don't get a hold of these guns again and have another mass shooting. That's the thing.
It's about mental health, honestly. If you have people who, shouldn't have guns, that's understandable. But I'm saying, I understand you guys think that, the Army can't use it, but we're in so much debt for paying to get stuff for the Army, and they could always use more guns and more control and more stuff for them to use. Like, a gun's a gun. It's going to kill somebody, you know? So even though it's not extremely powerful, they still could use it for protection or give it to the police station and let them use the guns for something, for protecting our city or something like that. I think it could be used for good with people who know how to use guns and should have guns. Like, you know, people who protect us. But
That's fair. I mean, I understand maybe why they're doing this, but I don't understand what necessarily it's going to solve in the end.
Well,
I agree.
It's just them making a political statement. You know, it's really not going to do anything in the long run.
I think it showed that there's an issue here in that they're at least following suit, because I think Walmart's another store that also took away some guns or lowered their or, you know, up their age requirement to 21 as well. So I think people are starting to become more aware and starting to show that, hey, we think this is an issue and we're not going to, you know, allow it anymore. Is it going to make a difference? Probably not. I mean, it's just one retail chain, but at least it's showing people that, hey, there is a problem and we're not going to be a part of it anymore.
Yeah, that's pretty interesting that they're going to decide to blow up all of their merchandise. So I don't know if I would do that.
I hope they at least like make a video of it.
Blow up is our idea of destroying it. They could just like put it in acid. I don't know what they're going to do. They're destroying their guns, okay? So they're either dissolving them or blowing them.
Hopefully they take out the ammo, because if they don't, then if they blow it up, it's going to be real bad.
I'm sure they're going to take out the
ammo. I'm hoping they're going to do that. So from one crazy topic to another, Beyonce this past weekend actually was headlining Coachella. So I think it was on Saturday she had her performance, and a lot of people loved it, but some of the people that were there, not so much. Actually, one cool thing about Beyonce's Coachella performance is that she had Destiny's Child come on stage.
Okay, yes.
Oh my God.
I heard of this, and if you've known me for some time, Destiny's Child is hands down one of my favorite groups of all time.
Yes.
And I know, you know, you can make fun of me, that's fine, but I love them, and that was so amazing.
Yeah, it was a really cool performance too. And actually what Beyonce did is that she had a marching band and hundreds of dancers that were going to use the funds to go to historically black colleges and universities.
Yes.
So that was the cool thing about it. And she sang the Black National Anthem, all this stuff. Jay-Z was on stage. Everybody was having a good time. However, though, there are some people that said Beyonce ruined Coachella.
Why?
See, here's the thing, because Coachella has a normal set of acts and performers that they normally hire. So a lot of it is EDM focused. You know, it's just people that are raving. You know, they're like half dressed, barely have anything on, and they're out enjoying the show. But Beyonce's performance was 100% different than what normal concerts at Coachella would be.
I get that, but I think, I mean, I get what Coachella is going for, but at the same time, I think a lot of people go to just go, and if Beyonce's there, then you're welcome.
Bonus.
You know, like, who doesn't love Beyonce? And I get that it's supposed to be like an EDM feel, but I think half the people there are just celebrities going.
I honestly don't like Beyonce. I don't see what's so amazing about her.
Agreed.
I like her music's okay.
It's nothing special.
Yeah, I don't see what the rage is about, but besides the point, I think the thing is like music festivals are a very specific world, and if you people religiously attend music festivals, and I know a lot of friends who go, and if you take them out of the world that they go to experience, I can understand why you're upset about it. I think Beyonce could have done it differently and probably made it more successful in that way. But she's also extra, so.
I mean, but she was giving the performance that she needed to give. She was giving a Beyonce performance. She's not going to go up there and be somebody she's not. And go after a
I'm not
crowd that
saying
she's
it's
not.
her fault, but I'm saying whoever decided that Beyonce should be the headliner maybe did it for not realizing it probably doesn't go along with everything else.
But here's the other thing. You know that you knew she was going to be there prior to buying the ticket. If you didn't want to see her, you didn't have to go. Plus, there's multiple stages at that festival. I don't know why anybody's complaining when they have 5 days off work and they're at a concert festival. Like, they should just be enjoying it no matter what. And if Beyonce's there, you're welcome. You've been graced with her presence.
Yeah, I think somebody's a little obsessed with Beyonce.
Oh, yeah. Cardi B was also there, just so you know. A lot of people didn't think she was going to perform because she announced that she was pregnant prior to Coachella.
Oh my God.
But she was there and she killed it too.
That's awesome. Being pregnant and performing? Jeez.
Yeah, she did it.
Wow. Well, whether or not you like Beyonce or not, we have Zed, the middle, here in the morning app.
Where the scissors at?
Where's the tape?
I don't know. You had it.
No, I didn't.
Guys, what are you doing? You said sports rap. We're wrapping up presents for sports teams, right?
No, I meant Sports Rap, the sports talk show on 90.5 WASU that airs every Tuesday and Thursday at 6, where we recap the biggest sports games and news from the week.
What did you say?
Well, what are you rapping?
Oh, I'm just getting Tom Brady to play football. Maybe you can catch this.
I'm just wrapping up LeBron's career in Cleveland and sending Isaiah Thomas a no-trade clause.
I'm getting a choking hazard label for the Indians, Dodgers, and the Falcons. You think Dan Quinn will like this?
Come on, guys, time for actual sports rap.
Falcons, Dodgers.
My name is Maggie Harper, and I host the App 1800, a podcast featuring the current events in Boone that you care about. Listen every Monday at 9 a.m. on 90.5 WASU, after the Morning App.
What time is it? I need to get up. I gotta go for the show.
It's time for the Morning App.
Welcome into the Morning App on 90.5 WASU.
How you guys doing this morning?
You can listen worldwide at WASUradio.com, live on App TV, or with the iHeartRadio app.
Hey, Howie.
Oh, hey, Kristen, how are you? So what's going on? What music you listen to right now?
Man, Howie, I don't know. I can't find any good music anymore.
Well, guess what? I host a show on WASU.
You do?
Yeah, it's called The Rollout. Do you like top 40 music?
Of course I do.
Well, guess what? I have your fix. I have the songs that are coming up on the charts. I have the next breakout artists and the songs you want to hear again and again.
That sounds great. When was it again?
It's going to be Wednesdays at 7 on 90.5 WASU or WASUradio.com.
The Rollout.
Listen to The Rollout every Wednesday at 7 on 90.5 WASU.
What's up, guys? Here on App TV, the A Game is the only place where you can see highlights and updates on everything App State sports. I'm Braxton Critcher.
And I'm Ashley Smith, co-host of the A Game, where each and every Monday at 9 p.m. you can find the best coverage of all your favorite Mountaineer teams and in-depth reporting from the sidelines.
That also includes athlete interviews, a player of the week, and a chance for students to get involved with the Q&A game.
So join us each Monday on App TV for App State's only sports TV show.
And now back to your favorite morning talk show, The Morning App, on 90.5 WASU.
It is 8:15 on this absolutely lovely Wednesday, and I'm excited because I believe that we have the greatest father in the world on the phone right now. Dad, are you there?
Yes. Can you hear me?
Hi,
Yes.
Dad.
Hi, Papa Cokes.
Hey, You guys are a little staticky, but I can hear you. Top of the morning to you. An exquisite Wednesday.
Oh my God. Dad, you know that you're a legend on this show. We reference Papa Cokes all the time. I'm so happy to have you on.
Well, thank you for having me. It's a pleasure to be with you. This is my favorite morning show that broadcasts out of Boone.
Way to be very specific there. Appreciate it.
All right, so do you have any funny, crazy childhood stories of Kristen?
Yes, and happy birthday to Kristen.
Thanks, Dad.
So I do have a few tidbits that I'd love to share with you guys.
Yes.
All right. So, well, you guys started off this morning talking about Dick's Sporting Goods.
Uh-oh. I was hoping you wouldn't go there.
I wasn't going to bring it up except for the fact that, you guys started talking about the Dick's Sporting Goods thing.
Pretty relevant.
Well, she was a young and innocent age of all of like 9 or 10, maybe 11 years old at the most. And we were walking. I wasn't even part of the group. It was with her mother and her brother. And they were walking into Dick's Sporting Goods. And Kristen stops for a minute. She goes, gosh, I love the smell of Dick's.
LOL. What?
They have like this new tennis shoe smell.
They do. It's like going into like a basketball gym.
It really is.
You know?
And then this guy walked by us and just gave me a weird look, and I looked at my mom. I'm like, what is that?
Oh my God, I don't think I would be able to handle hearing a 10-year-old saying that.
Yeah, and then my mom was just like, well, sweetheart.
Yeah, I know. As a parent, like, what'd she say?
Oh, thanks, Dad.
Yeah, you're welcome. You want to hear another?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Okay, well, this one's kind of, she was really embarrassed. It's cute, but it's kind of embarrassing for her. When she was in second grade, she got actually perfect attendance all the way throughout the year in second grade, and so they had an award and they had to draw names of all the kids that had perfect attendance, and Kristen won a bicycle, and she was so embarrassed. They had this big pep rally at the end, and everyone's in the auditorium, and she had to receive the bicycle. And then she got really embarrassed because they made her ride it around the auditorium in front of all the other kids. She just felt really awkward about it.
Just like rubbing everybody else's
I was like,
face.
this is bragging. I was like, Mrs. Nichols, what do you mean I got to ride the bike around the gym?
Did you have a horn to go with it, too?
They had little tassels on the end.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, it's so good.
Yeah, that was pretty embarrassing because everyone was just watching me being salty,
Oh,
Brag.
my
So
goodness. Now, Kristen loves figure skating. She's talked so much about her figure skating, and I wanted to know, when did she start her passion for doing that?
I can't really tell you because, both her and her brother are like rink rats. My son John is a hockey player, and she's a figure skater, so it kind of all culminated together when we started going to the ice rink and skating a lot together. So 4, 5 years old, 6 years old maybe. It's hard to say exactly when it developed.
So did you ever skate? Did they learn from you or your mom?
No. I mean, we grew up in around the Chicago area, so we would skate on frozen ponds in the winter.
But you guys skated.
I'm sorry?
You guys did skate though. You Dad would skate with me, and you still kind of do sometimes.
Yeah, but not like not like hockey players skate or figure skate.
Yeah. Well, Papa Coates, I got a quick question for you. I know Kristen has done so many things in her life, and you have to be a proud father, but what is the most proud thing that you would say you are proud of for Kristen?
Wow.
Oh, wow, that's really, really hard to put my finger on.
Yeah, you can't think of anything?
No, I mean, really, she's really just, I don't know, what am I really proud of her?
Yeah, I know. There's nothing in that bank. It's okay, Dad.
I will say your daughter's about to graduate college, which is a huge accomplishment in itself.
Yeah, I do have one more story if you want to hear it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yes.
Bring them on.
Tell my daughter how proud I am of her? Nah, let's embarrass her.
Well, you guys are really staticky. I'm having a hard time hearing you. So do you want to hear about the mean streak of Kristen? She's kind of a...
Yes.
Devious and mean. So when she was, 4 and 5 years old, and her brother is 2 years older, John, they would, make a deal to play together, and they would play Barbie, and then they would play baseball.
Same.
And so they would go outside, and they'd play for a little while, and they'd play Barbie, and Kristen would play Barbie, and everything was fine. And then when it was time to play baseball, Kristen would be like, well, I have to go to the bathroom. And she'd go into the house, and she'd never come back out.
Sure.
Oh, you are evil.
I know.
And she pulled that like 2 or 3 times on John, and finally John got the idea what's going on. And he would not let her go back in the house.
He's like, you don't have to go to the bathroom. You're lying.
and then my wife, their mom would start yelling at John and saying, let her go, let her go. And he was getting in trouble. He's like, well, but he couldn't really express, she's playing me.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny.
That is incredible, Kristen.
Oh yeah.
Like what? How did all this happen? How did you just want to say, okay, I'm not going to go outside and play with my brother or anything like that?
Or even think about just using the bathroom as your excuse.
I know. I was
smart.
devious. Dad, are you still there?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
But yeah, so I was pretty devious though. Oh, Josh, you have a question? Go for it.
Yeah, I have one question. It's probably the most important question you'll get. Can you hear me?
No.
Nope.
Papa Cokes?
Yeah, what's the question?
Okay, most important question. It's no secret here on the show that we continually tell Kristen that she isn't funny, and then she only reinforces that idea by telling jokes and no one laughing at them. So I want to ask you, her father, once and for all, is Kristen funny?
Okay, Josh, you're not going to like the answer, but here it is, okay? She's got the same sense of humor that I do.
Okay, so Papa Cokes is also not funny. Okay, cool.
So that's 2 out of them, See, because we crack at her humor all the time because Kristen does this all the time. She wants to make a joke, and people will either not hear it, and then she's like, oh, nobody heard my joke, or she'll say it, and we look at her, just stare at her for a minute, like, why did you even speak? So
I think I'm funny, Dad. Thank you so much for clearing that up.
You're hilarious, Kristen.
We are going to save that soundbite forever.
Oh, no.
Thank you so much, Dad, for being on the show. We highly appreciate it. Right now, we have
pleasure.
Say My Name, Destiny's Child on the Morning App.
Where the scissors at?
Where's the tape?
You had it.
No, I didn't.
Guys, what are you doing? You said sports rap. We're repping up presents for sports teams, right?
No, I meant Sports Rap, the sports talk show on 90.5 WASU that airs every Tuesday and Thursday at 6, where we recap the biggest sports games and news from the week.
What did you say?
Well, what are you rapping?
Oh, I'm just getting Tom Brady up to play football. Maybe you can catch this.
I'm just wrapping up LeBron's career in Cleveland and sending Isaiah Thomas a no-trade clause.
And I'm getting a choking hazard label for the Indians, Dodgers, and the Falcons. You think Dan Quinn will like this?
Come on, guys, time for actual sports rap.
Falcons, Dodgers.
My name is Maggie Harper, and I host the App 1800, a podcast featuring the current events in Boone that you care about. Listen every Monday at 9 a.m. on 90.5 WASU, after the Morning App.
What time is it? I need to get up. I gotta go for the show.
Oh, it's time for the Morning App. Oh.
Welcome into the Morning App on 90.5 WASU.
How you guys doing this morning? You can listen worldwide at WASUradio.com, live on App TV, or with the iHeartRadio app.
Hey, Howie.
Oh, hey, Kristen, how are you? So what's going on? What music you listen to right now?
Man, Howie, I don't know. I can't find any good music anymore.
Well, guess what? I host a show on WASU.
You do?
Yeah, it's called The Rollout. Do you like top 40 music?
Of course I do.
Well, guess what? I have your fix. I have the songs that are coming up on the charts. I have the next breakout artists and the songs you want to hear again and again.
That sounds great. When was it again?
It's going to be Wednesdays at 7 on 90.5 WASU or WASUradio.com.
The Rollout.
Listen to The Rollout every Wednesday at 7 on 90.5 WASU.
What's up, guys? Here on App TV, The A Game is the only place where you can see highlights and updates on everything App State sports. I'm Braxton Critcher.
And I'm Ashley Smith, co-host of The A Game, where each and every Monday at 9 p.m. you can find the best coverage of all your favorite Mountaineer teams and in-depth reporting from the sidelines.
That also includes athlete interviews, a player of the week, and a chance for students to get involved with the Q&A game.
So join us each Monday on App TV for App State's only sports TV show.
on 90.5 WASU and WASUradio.com.
Good morning. It seems like it's going to be a wonderful day today, but you never know in Boone because it was 70 this weekend, snowing on Monday, 50-mile-per-hour gusts of winds yesterday. So, Howie, what is it going to be like today?
Oh, man. So the weather for the rest of the week, as he said, is going to be unpredictable. So today is going to be a high of 71, low of 37, so it's going to be very nice today. However, it's going to rain tonight, 37. Tomorrow is going to be a high of 41, and it's going to be windy.
What is happening?
Expected to feel like 28 tomorrow, which is going to be crazy because I'm ready to put on my new shoes and stun on everybody, but I can't because of the wind. I hate it.
The world is ending.
No, seriously. It really does feel like it's going to.
Right.
But I did want to talk about something. So yesterday morning, I don't know if you guys heard, there was a freak accident with Southwest Airlines. There was a 43-year-old mother of two who got sucked out of a window after the engine. They said it sounded like an explosion, but it's saying that there was engine issues and a blade ripped off. And it sucked her out the window, not completely, but the other passengers were trying to pull her back in and putting jackets in the window to try and stop the air pockets. And they ended up pulling her back in, and a nurse on the airline was trying to give her CPR, but she didn't make it. But I just can't, that's something you never hear about.
Yeah.
It's only in movies, and it's crazy that stuff like this is reality. But she used to work at Wells Fargo, and they said she's a wonderful leader, and she was a very loved person. So
yeah,
her company and Southwest seem to be helping the family going through everything right now. So.
Absolutely. Like you said, it's a freak accident that does not happen ever in airlines. And even with, one person dying, it was still really impressive for the pilots to, save everybody else on the plane. Unfortunately, one person did pass away from it. But in that situation, that's something that could take everybody out. That's something that could kill everybody on the plane. So.
There's 149 people, and a plane that could have crashed and killed all of them. There was only one fatality, which, I feel horrible for her, but it is a blessing in disguise as well, because you could have lost a lot more people with a lot of families.
Yeah.
That's a good pilot, and our hearts go out to her family. It's a horrible thing to go through, and we are terribly sorry that you have to do that.
Yeah, just goes to show you never, cherish your loved ones. Things can happen at any moment, so, cherish everything in life. But we're going to try and get on a happier note here with a little Would You Rather. And here we go. Would you rather be an average person in the present or a king 2,500 years ago?
A king. Actually, no.
Or queen.
No, I take that back, because they were quick to dethrone kings and queens because they hated them for one reason. They looked at them funny.
Yeah, trying to get their heads cut off or find out them cheating on their wives or...
Right.
Yeah, I'm going to say average person here and today in the present, because number one, I am, and it's pretty okay. I'm living, and I don't hate life. It's pretty great. So, but if I was a king, that long ago, that's a lot of responsibility.
It is.
A lot.
But it didn't say king of a large kingdom or a country.
Could have been king of the penguins.
Okay, no, if you're a king, I'm going to assume it's of a country.
You're queen of Boone, You never know, something like that.
Oh my gosh.
Not, oh my goodness, not like that. Oh,
giving her a big head.
Yeah. Okay, you know what? I'm going to change my answer. I'm going to say be a king, because I feel like I'm average already, so I've lived that life. So it'd be kind of cool to be king of something for a little bit. I'll probably get the throne, and it'll probably take my head off, but it was fun while it lasted,
But to be fair, no Twitter, Howie.
It's fine.
No new kicks.
It's okay. Social media, you got to come see me. See before you're king.
Oh my gosh.
Now he's getting a big head.
Honestly, I have no idea, because whenever I think about living back then, because I always dreamt of wanting to live back then when I was little, I always think about how they died because of a cold.
That's true.
They literally would suffer because they had no medication to help with anything. And I don't like suffering, but I also want to be a queen because that'd be so dope.
But also think of how women were treated back then.
Oh, yeah, no. I'm going to live present.
Oh, I'll be a nice king. I treat everybody
You're
with
going to be a
respect.
nice king? Well, King Henry VIII went through a little too many queens, and so I think I'm going to be sticking to the present.
That's true. See, I'd be a good... Okay, If we did this, would you rather? Would I have like the knowledge and experience of like
could you still have your life now? Yeah.
And then be king 20?
And then
Don't ask me that. I don't know. I just read the topic.
Okay.
I would say no.
I say no. I say no because that'd be too easy. Because then I would definitely choose queen because I would have my knowledge now and be like, the world will be a greater place one day.
And then you would invent the iPhone and bam.
Yes. See? You'll build a car or something and become like a genius.
Because you know how it exists and you can create it now. So
it's cheating.
That's true.
That's cheating.
Yeah, it is.
That is true. Yeah, I'll stay with the king.
Well, alrighty. Would you rather know all the mysteries of the universe or know every outcome of every choice you make?
Oh, choice. Choice. Hands down. I am the most indecisive person you will ever meet. Choice.
But now, look, think about it. You could find aliens, potentially, if aliens exist or not.
Nah, don't care.
Going to your choice, okay. Say you're the most indecisive person ever. You have two choices in the front of you. You know the outcome of both choices, and they're both great.
Yeah.
Well, then you can't lose. Then you just pick whatever one you feel like picking.
One might be, better than the other, but you just don't know. Like,
no, you would know. You
know the outcome,
but
you still have to pick between the two.
That's fine.
Okay.
I don't make a lot of my decisions because I'm
indecisive.
like, I'm not that.
I could
indecisive.
know the answer to something and still be like, oh, I don't know which to pick. Like they're both so good.
I'm gonna get real deep. I'm definitely gonna go with the wonders of the world because I think
Universe.
if you know the universe, if you know the outcome of things, then I think part of not knowing an outcome when you make a decision is part of the learning process of what you find out in the end.
Nah.
So you become a better person. But I would rather want to do the wonders because think about it, like when people discovered walking on the moon and all that, like could you imagine knowing all of that? Like how amazing the world actually is?
I don't know if I would want to know all of that.
It's a lot. I think it would be a lot, but I think before I die, if I knew all that, it would be amazing.
That would be pretty cool.
Yeah, because like I said, aliens, man. Aliens.
I don't care about that.
Aliens or another universe?
Yeah.
Or like finding a whole nother like warp into a whole nother galaxy.
The Milky Way.
If you're a comic book fan like me, there's like multiple Earths, so you have all your multiple doppelgangers. There's Earth 1, 2, 3, 4, Earth X. Like there's so many doppelgangers, and you find just a bunch of your little selves. And
nerding out over here.
so,
I love it.
That'd be kind of cool.
Great.
Yes.
All right, next one. This one kind of has to do with the weather here in Boone because you have to bring that into account. Would you rather never be able to wear pants or never be able to wear shorts?
Never be able to wear shorts.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, well.
Yeah. Because pants, it goes with every outfit, man.
Yeah.
Well, we also live in a town where it's more cold than hot. If I was in Florida, it's going to be the opposite. I can tell you that right now.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just really like blue jeans. They're very comfortable. I'd like to wear them the rest of my life. I'm a jeans girl,
I'm a leggings girl, so I can get that to an extent. I mean, I don't know if you count them as pants, but
Yeah,
cover your legs.
Society today, they're pants.
Count them.
All right, last one, specifically for Kristen here on her
no.
birthday. Would you rather have everyone laugh at your jokes but not find anyone else's jokes funny, or have no one laugh at your jokes but you still find other people's jokes funny?
I know it's what she's thinking.
Peasy.
No.
The latter.
Okay, good.
Yeah,
good.
I would rather have nobody laugh at my jokes and be able to enjoy everybody else's humor because number one, nobody laughs at my jokes now, so there's no loss there. But number two, I laugh so much. Sometimes I feel like I have too much laughter in me and I can't even get it all out, and it's just the best. And so to never be able to find anything funny again would be a horrible way to live.
Yeah, like Kevin Hart, man. I wouldn't laugh at anything he does.
I love Kevin Hart. Oh.
That'd be upsetting.
That one was easy.
So, Kristen, your real life, basically, you just chose right there.
Yeah.
I love it. Coming up on the Morning App, we're going to be talking about why it's hard to date in our generation, as well as the engagement. It's Say My Name, Destiny's Child, Kristen's Pick on the Morning App.
Where the scissors at?
Where's the tape?
I don't know. You had it. No, I didn't.
Guys, what are you doing?
You said sports wrap. We're wrapping up presents for sports teams, right?
No, I meant Sports Wrap, the sports talk show on 90.5 WASU that airs every Tuesday, Thursday at 6, where we recap the biggest sports games and news from the week.
What did you say?
Well, what are you wrapping?
Oh, I'm just getting Tom Brady up to play football. Maybe you can catch this.
I'm just wrapping up LeBron's career in Cleveland and sending Isaiah Thomas a no-trade clause.
And I'm getting a choking hazard label for the Indians, Dodgers, and the Falcons. You think Dan Quinn will like this?
Come on, guys, time for actual sports rap.
Falcons, Dodgers.
My name is Maggie Harper, and I host the App 1800, a podcast featuring the current events in Boone that you care about. Listen every Monday at 9 a.m. on 90.5 WASU, after the Morning App.
What time is it? I need to get up. Gotta go for the show.
It's time for the morning app.
Welcome into the morning app on 90.5 WASU.
How you guys doing this morning? You can listen worldwide at WASUradio.com, live on App TV, or with the iHeartRadio app. Hey, Howie.
Oh, hey, Kristen, how are you? So what's going on? What music you listen to right now?
Man, Howie, I don't know. I can't find any good music anymore.
Well, guess what? I host a show on WASU.
You do?
Yeah, it's called The Rollout. Do you like top 40 music?
Of course I do.
Well, guess what? I have your fix. I have the songs that are coming up on the charts. I have the next breakout artists and the songs you want to hear again and again.
That sounds great. When was it again?
It's going to be Wednesdays at 7 on 90.5 WASU or WASUradio.com.
The Rollout.
Listen to The Rollout every Wednesday at 7 on 90.5 WASU.
What's up, guys? Here on App TV, the A Game is the only place where you can see highlights and updates on everything App State sports. I'm Braxton Critcher.
And I'm Ashley Smith, co-host of the A Game, where each and every Monday at 9 p.m. you can find the best coverage of all your favorite Mountaineer teams and in-depth reporting from the sidelines.
That also includes athlete interviews, a player of the week, and a chance for students to get involved with the Q&A game.
So join us each Monday on App TV for App State's only sports TV show.
And now back to the morning app on 90.5 WASU.
The morning app on 90.5 WASU on this extraordinary. What day is it? Wednesday?
Wednesday.
That's
It is
right.
Wednesday. Yes,
Oh,
it is.
man.
Top of the morning to you.
Top of the morning to you. Cheerio.
Shout out to Papa Cokes for that. That was
Papa
awesome.
Cokes approves of your top of the morning, but that doesn't mean I do.
I love it.
All right, y'all. Well, I wanted to talk about something about love. Oh man!
One day, I promise we will get it together here on the morning. One
Today
day.
is not that day.
It is not, but it is a lovely day.
It is a lovely day. So, you know, I was watching this video last night on Facebook about this guy wrote a poem and they made a video, and it's a very strongly worded and opinion video, and I completely agreed with the message.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, I think people could take different messages from it, but for me, the message that I got from the video, he was talking about how for our generation, it's extremely hard to have a good relationship because most people we want a relationship, but we don't want the commitment of a relationship, the work of a relationship, putting the energy in a relationship. And a lot of times people are doing it because they want somebody to go to weddings with, or somebody to post a picture up and be like, oh my God, my boo, you know? So I thought it was very interesting, but it pointed out most of the flaws I think that our generation has with finding a significant other and our reasoning to be with somebody, like our priorities.
Yeah. Now, you mentioned that you fully agree with what it was saying. I about half agree, half disagree with what he's saying.
She's not ready.
You got to be dramatic over there. But listen, social media has changed the game of dating, and there's no doubt about that. Has it made it better or worse? I don't think that's for us to say, because honestly, sometimes, you know, for some people, yeah, they look at, you know, Tinder or whatever, and they're like, oh, I'm superficial, I'm just swiping left or right. But honestly, though, I think social media has also helped the dating game. And he talks about how we are hesitant. We meet up for coffee and we just, you know, talk to them for an hour and then we go on a real date and we're scared of tradition. But who says tradition's right? I would rather be cautious in my dating, look at their social media profile, understand who they are as a person, know that I'm going to feel safe with them in a public space, getting coffee for an hour, as opposed to going on a private date with them. So it's like, yes, social media might have made us more superficial and picky in who we choose, but I think it has its advantages too, and he's ignoring those.
But I think you have to realize social media is only who we are that we want people to know about.
That's facts. That's exactly what I was going to say.
You stalking on his Facebook is only showing what he wants you to see.
Right. No, I know. But it's not only hinting at the social media part. It's saying that the dating game has changed in general. And of course it's changed. And I think it's low-key changed for the better, honestly. Because, you know, I understand that there's this weird limbo stage of talking now, and then you're dating, and then your boyfriend, girlfriend, and then your relationship. But it is the root of it is still the same. And the labels are going to change no matter what. So I think, honestly, the video is superficial.
I completely disagree.
I know you do.
It's because I think that back then, your relationship was based on the conversations you had and when you met up and the dates you went on. Nowadays, it's about the texts you have, which you completely can miscommunicate with. It's about talking or judging each other through pictures. It's not about the first time you meet. It's about that person was really hot on Instagram. Oh, and then you meet, and then you want to decide because of what they want you to see that it's just you're judging based on nothing that's truly them. Honestly.
I also have a huge issue with taking a group of people and sticking them into one category. And that's what this video is doing. It's saying everybody's superficial and we all just date like this, and then you're only dating that person because you want him on your Instagram. And I really hate that. I really hate when they take our generation and stick it in a box.
Spot on impersonation.
Yeah, that was pretty good. But see, okay, here's my thing on it, all right? So I don't think social media has helped in dating at all. I think it has made it worse. The reason why is, for one, like you said, when we are meeting up with people, a lot of times we're on dates, people are immediately going to their phones. They're checking Twitter,
Not
Instagram.
talking.
They might be on Tinder seeing another date. They might be on Bumble looking for another date. So they might not giving them their full attention. That's one thing. Two, if you are dating somebody, then everybody prides on posting the best picture on Instagram. Like, oh, which one should I use? What filter should I use? What the caption should be? Because I want to show my boo off all the time.
Or showing that your relationship's perfect when it's not.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like damage control for your relationship. If it's not going well, then you're gonna like post pictures pictures on, be like, oh yeah, look at me, my boo, we're so
everything's
happy.
okay,
And
yeah.
it's kind of a barrier to happiness that you think that is there. That's how I feel like sometimes. Because you can be happy without social media, because you can talk to people without, calling them 24/7, without tweeting them all the time, sending them memes and all that. You can do your life just talking to them in person or through text if you can't, do that all the time. So I feel like social media has kind of hurt relationships.
I mean, okay, and also you have to, maybe at the beginning stages of relationship, I could see that, yes. But I am in a long-distance relationship, and God forbid I would be in long-distance 20 years ago when we didn't have cell phones, text messaging, Snapchat.
pigeons.
I mean, it would be, number one, expensive to be in a long-distance because you'd have to make that call, and that would be expensive. You wouldn't be able to see them all. So it has aided my relationship, and I think that's why I'm a little defensive of it, because social media has just changed the game for long distance.
I think it made it easier for long distance, but at the same time, people always did long distance back in the day. Like, most relationships were long distance, and you think about it. Have you ever written James a letter in the mail and sent it to him?
Yeah.
How amazing. Like, I know for me, there was one point in high school where there was a guy I was talking to who was in the Army, and he wrote me letters every week. And honestly, I felt more attracted to that guy because of the personal touch and the fact that I couldn't see his face or I couldn't hear his voice, only his words that I could see. Like, I understand it made it easier, but I think it's more of a distraction for everything else. And I think it's great that it keeps you in connection, but I also feel like it hindered more than it helps.
I fully disagree.
Most relationships aren't long distance either.
They're not, but I completely disagree. I don't know if I would be able to withstand a lot. Because of the person I am, I need that quality time. I need their voice. I need those personal qualities and things. I love Snapchatting. It's a great way to just, see that person even though they're not there. And so it's really aided in long distance for me.
Well, I do think you can't take away social media now that it's here. It's never going to go away. And so we do have to, as a generation and other generations coming, we have to realize, how are we going to incorporate this? Because I think the other thing with social media is you have people consistently trying to be the perfect image.
Right.
And so you have, for example, like my boyfriend, he's scrolling through Instagram having all these girls who are literally perfection. And I'm here, his girlfriend, sitting next to him and just feeling like crap. Because I'm like, I'm not the girl you're looking at. Those girls aren't even the girls that they are. Like, that is a filter, edited picture of them, like, it's not reality. And I think we need to somehow figure out how we can make it so we're not being a distraction to other people, because I feel like a lot of times it's pulling your relationship apart at times.
No, it can be, and I'm not sitting here defending that social media is great for society or anything like that, but I am saying I think that it has maybe changed the game for the better, and you can't deny that. Like, yes, it has its picks that are, maybe hindering the dating game, but you can't deny that technology has helped dating. You can't sit here and deny that. Because,
dating apps, I completely think are wrong.
I'm not saying dating apps. I'm saying technology, and that's what the video is saying as well.
Like, give me an example of what
like
you mean.
Phone calls, like texting, like Snapchat, like social media.
But that's not social media. Calling and texting is not social media.
It's not just saying social media. It's saying technology too. And to say and the fact that the dating game has changed from the beginning, that's a good thing. That's a good thing. Women are now allowed to make the first move. You're just stopping evolution and the process of the dating game. If you're sitting here saying we need to go back to how it is, why would we ever want to go back to how it is when we've made so much progress now? Is there hindering and is there qualities of social media that probably aren't the best for the dating game? Yes, but you can't deny that it has helped.
I think the other point is it might help with relationships and stuff, but marriage is also worse than it's ever been.
That's a whole nother game. That is a whole nother game.
It's just a title difference.
No, it's a whole nother game now because marriage is different. And the number one reason for divorce is not social media. It's money. It's finances. People don't discuss that before they get married. That's a whole nother game.
Well, I'm saying if it hinders relationships and dating, it's going to hinder in a marriage.
Probably.
And so, to me, the distraction there is when you're dating somebody, it's still going to be there when you're marrying someone. I do agree. Money and all that other stuff is a part of what people do, but I think we're not going to agree on this one, and it's not going to go anywhere either.
I guess that's fine. We'll never figure it out here on the morning app. That's fine. That's fine. That's all we have for you here today on this absolutely gorgeous Wednesday. Please go out and enjoy this amazing weather, and we will see you 8 a.m. Friday morning with Dovey.